Homeschooling. You can do it. Today I wanted to talk about homeschooling. How do you get started homeschooling? Maybe you've been thinking about it for a while. Maybe the idea popped into your head this morning. Maybe the global pandemic has you questioning everything in your life and this seemed like one more good and crazy idea, or all of the yourself. I think I want to homeschool. Great! Now what? If you're anything like me, that means research. A lot of research. Now, when I started homeschooling, the internet was not such a thing. It was a bit different to figure this whole thing out. Chances were you didn't even know anyone who was homeschooling, and if you brought the topic up with friends and family, they looked at you like you just sprouted a second head, because only crazy people who live in the middle of nowhere on some kind of community farm homeschooled their kids. All of that has changed now. Chances are you know someone who homeschools, or know someone who knows someone who homeschools. Maybe a cousin or a friend or another family member is homeschooling, which brings me back to research. When I started, there were curriculum catalogs and local homeschool groups you could talk with. And of course, there were libraries and places of worship where you could find more information. Now we have all of that, plus the internet. There are secular resources, faith-based resources, online schools, individual classes. You can create your own curriculum, and you will hear a lot of terms thrown around. Unschooling, school at home, virtual learning, homeschool co-op, homeschool education pod, which is a trendy way of saying homeschool co-op, road schooling, life schooling, eclectic schooling, and so on. This can be overwhelming. How do you choose? The good news is you do not have to put a label on your homeschool. The beauty of homeschooling is flexibility. You don't have to choose a methodology and be married to it for the entire time you homeschool. If something is not working, you get to pivot and try something else. Books that were extremely helpful to me when I was making this decision to leap into homeschooling. The first is called Homeschooling. Take a Deep Breath. You Can Do This by Terrie Lynn Bittner. She breaks the idea of homeschooling down into manageable chunks of information and offers clear explanations. It gave me the confidence to just leap in and begin. The other book is called The Well-Trained Mind, A Guide to a Classical Education at Home by Susan Wise Bauer and Jessie Wise. This book is a step-by-step guide on how to give your child an academically rigorous and comprehensive education, from preschool through high school. It has a lot of resources, and you don't have to do everything recommended in the book. The authors actually tell you not to do that, but it provides a thorough framework to build on if that is the direction you choose to begin. Now, full disclosure, when I read the book way back when dinosaurs were roaming the earth, a lot of the resources recommended were very Eurocentric. Easy to spot, easy to identify, easy to adapt to be more inclusive and representational of society as it should be. All of this is to say, if you decide to homeschool, just start. Sit down with your family and talk about what you envision for your homeschool. Get the kids on board. Ask for their input. What do you want to learn about? Listen to them and honor their requests. Forget about the labels. Forget about what other people are saying. You might want to choose what is called an out-of-the-box, open-and-go curriculum to begin. This is a great option for many new homeschoolers. There are many to choose from secular to faith-based. It provides structure and measurable data as you gain confidence in yourself and the process. As Terrie Lynn Bittner said, take a deep breath. You can do this. My email is down below if you have any questions.